All right, let's get into it. I'm in actually a decent mood, and I'm going to give you guys a recap video. It's not going to be as ranty and upset and, poor me, poor this. What can I say? It's been a hell of a year, hell of a ride of a year. And I'm a little over it now. As far as last night goes, I was not a good time. And tossing and turning through the night. Just really, really unhappy with the performance my team showed in general. But you know what they say. It's like if you couldn't put up 105, 106 points, you don't deserve to make playoffs anyways. I can look my team up and down, and I think the people that we're going to talk about and teams, you guys will probably feel the same way. It had been nice to get into playoffs. It had been great to get on the playoffs. It helps to, secure a little bit of okay, I know what I'm doing in this. I'm a good fantasy football player. I matter. A little bit of self-validation, right, that you get from making playoffs. But at the end of the day, if you didn't win to get in, and the guys that missed the playoffs were under 500, you kind of got to just wear it on the chin. And you can be upset. You can, I am. I'm obviously wish I made it. But there's something interesting I was looking at. Obviously, points for are a major thing. Obviously, since switching to points for, we have a much fairer system of a way to get into playoffs. I think we can all agree on that. The way before, when it was head-to-head, it had its flaws. It was cool because, it's like, hey, I beat you, you beat him, I beat that. But if we got to this week and we still had that existing system, there would be controversy across the board. How the fuck is Peeler in it when I've beat him twice, but I have the same record of him? How the hell did that happen? I mean, I think you would be above it, but there was just so much bullshit that with it. I don't even know why I brought that up. It's just a little thought that came to my head. But my original question, my original thought, what started me down this rabbit hole was that Donald, Mister, and Adam, they were in a situation where they could have lost and probably still stayed in it, Austin included. But everyone else was in a truly win or go home situation. We said that. But very rarely does it truly work out where, and this is how it worked out, was the two teams that won, that were on the bubble, out of the two teams that won, they got in. Now, Peeler has the same record as Dakota, and that's when the points for came into play. But the real reason he got in was because he won. And the four guys that missed the playoffs, me included, Dakota, Braden, and Justin, we all lost our final matchup. None of us won our game and are now missing the playoffs. Could you imagine how much that would hurt? And I mean, obviously we know that it's points for, and that's why we've got to score points for. But it's got to feel a little bit better knowing it's I didn't give it my all out on that field today. I lost the game. I controlled my own destiny, and I didn't get it done. Because we could play the shoulda, coulda, woulda game all day. Obviously, if I would have won, I would have been in over Peeler because I have more points scored than him. It's just, I thought it was interesting. I thought that was a cool little thing that it was okay, these guys earned their way in, and by that I mean Tyler and Peeler. They earned their way into that spot. They're not fraudulent. They're not on the way down and being okay, they got in because of what they did 6 weeks ago. They won their way into playoffs, and a round of applause should be given to them. So, and then the on the outside, all 4 guys that missed the playoffs, fucking choke artist. Like, we all suck. We all suck. So I'm going to talk about the breakdowns. The breakdowns are a little different. Like, it's a little bit different vibe as I'm trying to look through and read and prepare. I don't do much preparing. I'm too busy for this shit. But when I was looking at the overall matchups, I'm like, does anybody even give a fuck now? Like, we're on the playoffs. But in the name of the game, we are going to talk a little bit about the recaps, how it happened, how these players, how these teams earned themselves a playoff spot, how Donald earned himself the top spot in our league, which is wild. As a 2-time loser in this league, round of applause for Donald for fucking doing that. Like, being first place, it comes with a $200 prize. Obviously, like, it doesn't truly matter unless you win the fantasy championship. Ask Zach, ask Austin. He's gotten it many times. But we all talk about Austin and Zach as guys that haven't won it yet. So just keep in mind, you got to keep it pushing. Winning the regular season should be rewarded. It's a cool thing, but shit don't matter unless you got that championship, until your name is on that trophy. So I am going to go through the matchups now. Week 14. Okay. Talked a little bit about last night. If you guys seen my video, a little post-game, post-shower presser. Gave my thoughts on this game. You know, I was up. I'll just touch on it real quickly. I was up for most of the day and doing okay. Actually, I mean, it was very tight. Neither of our team was doing shit early, first half. Then Adam Thielen scored, and I had some early contributors to me taking about a 40 to 50 point lead that got in the middle of the 1 o'clock games, got chopped down to nothing, and ended up the game down 10 points. Going into Sunday night, I had a kicker, not 10 points. I would say about 15 points. I had a kicker get me 5 points, and I needed Jalen Waddle on Sunday night and a defense on Monday night to get me 10 points to beat Donald. This is what I was just talking about. This is not a performance that deserves to be in playoffs. Do I think my team is good and, capable of putting up huge numbers? Sure. I got top score last week. Or no, I was close to it. Sorry, my bad. In my head, I just tell myself things. Forgive me. I got a good team, and I get it. But maybe other people don't think that. But when I look at my team, I'm like, this is okay. Like, this should be able to win. I had a bye week, and I ended up having to start Mac Hollins and Adam Thielen. Not ideal, but considering those weren't the guys to blame. I couldn't blame anybody else but then the guys that I've decided to stick to and ride, which is Saquon Barkley and DeAndre Swift. Those two and Waddle, all of them, none of them scored over 7 points. That's pathetic, and that's why I deserve to lose. So, huge of me to admit, that's okay, that this is not on the Cardinals. This isn't on the kicker. Special teams has been abysmal all year. It's not on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is the league MVP. It is what it is. Donald's team put up a very beatable performance. His top scorer was his quarterback at 20 points. Everyone else, Zeke did good. Lockett did good. Both guys he's traded for. And when you're hot, you're hot. And when you're good, you're good. And that's what Donald is right now. Donald is on a 5-game win streak. He won the top spot. He's on his way with a first overall bye. He's in a good spot right now, and he's hot. But some would say, are you due? We're going to talk a little bit about the playoffs in another video later this week. I'm going to preview solely just the playoff matchup. So I know everyone wants to talk about the future games, but we're going to be a little stuck in the past this morning. Zach and Braden. This game mattered because Zach needed to win. Braden needed to win. Braden wins this game, he's in the playoffs. based on his points for, he would have been in the playoffs. That's going to sting to hear. As much as I am defending my team and talking about my team, no one melted down harder than Braden. Braden deserves loser of the year. I'm sorry that I shouldn't have fucking declared it like that. Kind of just thought of that on the fly. But if you think about it, like, how do we name Jared loser of the year? He's going to pay for loser of the year. There's plenty of stupid shit to come for Jared, right? But let's talk about a team that was in a really good spot playoff-wise, lost the Final Four of the season, and I think probably it was even worse than that, like probably won and last of the 6. It wasn't bad it was very bad for Braden, and this is the ones that's like, God damn, like that one hurts. That hurts more than Jared winning his Final Four and still coming in last place. Jared got to have a lot of fun this last 4 weeks. Braden did not. Braden was watching it happen, and there's nothing he could do to stop it. He was never winning this game, I believe, at any point. Let's see if that's true. You were never up in this game. Maybe early into the morning games. I don't know how that matters, but it just you were not doing good, and Zach's team, for all the shit it's taken, all it needed to do was win a game, and he's out of the last place. Winning. Because there was no way Jared was going to overcome those points. He tried, 150 points, that's good, but Zach, you did it when it mattered the most. You came up with a win. Kirk Cousins lost to the Lions, but got it done when it mattered. And garbage time helped him, immensely. Zay Jones with a good day. You played good. You saved yourself last place. And for that, we're all happy for you. Round of applause for Zachary. All right, on to the next matchup. Dakota. Another loss, 83 points. It's the epitome. I mean, Brock Purdy, what a start by you. But, anytime you're like, okay, I'm going to start Brock Purdy in week 14 to make the playoffs, you knew it was going to be trouble for you. The rest of your team laid an egg. I'm not going to harp on you. I think I've been overall the meanest to Dakota all year long. Maybe my brother is second place. But I've been very vocal about saying how average his team is. And it proved to be true. And that's okay, man. We're going to go back to the drawing board, and you're probably going to draft the same exact team next year. But nobody wanted to help you out. You came out the playoffs with this play, and you gave Peeler, who deserves all the credit in the world. His team played good. Keenan Allen, what a guy that guy was for him. Austin Eckler, all of his Chargers, his guys, his boys, Devontae Smith, the guys he's been harping on all year. Jerry Jeudy, going off. That is a team you want to see make the playoffs. He gave it his all in the week he needed it. As mean as I am to Peeler, he fucking deserves it. And his team is scary. It's in a good spot. We're going to talk about it in the fucking previews. But his team's in a real good spot. And, even guys on his bench did okay. He had Deontay Johnson play well. Looking forward, he's in a good spot. And that team deserves to be in the playoffs. Dakota's does not. We've got Tyler versus Augie. Augie's riding a little 2-game lose streak, but he still gets the first round bye. His team's still a wagon. No, don't get it twisted. I did say last week he was on fraudulent alert. I think this week he kind of proved he was fine. D-Hop going down, a little bit of a concern moving forward for the playoffs. I'm sorry. Kyler Murray going down is a little bit of a concern for D-Hop, something to watch. but he's still got Christian McCaffrey. He's still got Josh Allen. His wide receivers are in dire need of some, like, we're a little bit of an identity crisis going forward with Adams' receivers. D-Hop, Amari Cooper, who hasn't just, he needs Brissett to be good apparently. And then Chris Godwin, who is just playing with the abysmal Tampa Bay Bucks offense. A little bit of an identity crisis, but you are in a decent position moving forward. You didn't have enough to beat Tyler. Tyler was able to get enough to beat you. He beat you, got in the playoffs with this win. Without this win, Tyler would be out the playoffs. So Tyler really nutted up and got it done. Jared Goff, Dameon Pierce, like all the way through, I think your team is still asshole. I'm going to be honest. Your team sucks. But you won and got in. So you're fine. I read an article that is DJ Moore back with Sam Darnold? And then, didn't he play, a lot of that game? And they made an article saying DJ Moore is back, and he has 0.6 points. He had 3 targets and 1 catch for minus yards. I don't know what that's about. What the fuck was that about? So your team stinks, but you won, and moving forward, you're in trouble, brother. But hey, you're in playoffs, so congrats. Your big player of the game was obviously Money Mike Williams with that first touchdown, and then he had 4 or 5 catches that game. So good for you. Congratulations to making playoffs. Moving along here, we've got Jared and Justin. Teams couldn't be complete opposite, right? Jared's team trending way upwards, had some fun, interesting players. Justin team trending way down, had some very boring players. Deontay Foreman still's in the lineup. Kind of tells you everything we need to know. If I look at it, why are we still starting him? He was off of a bye. That's why we started him, I guess. He was off of a bye. And even despite he had an 11-point performance and a 2-point performance before that, Justin still went with that start. I don't think he had anything else really on the bench. Can we punish him for? Nope. Samaje Perine didn't do much, and Jeff Wilson didn't do anything at all. So can't punish him for that. T. Higgins, that is bullshit. And, but you got to think, okay, let's give T. Higgins a 30-burger here. We're still down by a substantial amount of points. Gabe Davis just let Justin down all single year long. And then Kyler Murray, that's the big one, right? He got fucked by those 2 things. He would have had a shot, but he would have needed a hell of a performance to beat Jared. Jared put up the top score in his final week. And had Zach lost, Jared would not be last place. Coulda, shoulda, wouldas. Should have won some games a little earlier, pal. Enjoy last place. We're going to have some fucking... You're going to have some fucking hell to pay next year. Drafting guys like fucking... Nico Collins in the first round. I mean, at the draft, drafting Nico Collins, throwing him out early, taking up a roster spot on your league, along with the rest of your team. You're able to salvage the year and be able to make some trades, and god damn it, it worked. Looking at your team right now are all guys that you traded for. You didn't draft any of these guys, except for, how about none? You didn't draft a single one of these guys. You managed your way out of fucking hell, but you still ended up with last place. Congrats to Jared for last place, but hell of a run by him, and he deserves a little bit of credit for it. So, credit to Jared, but also, fuck you. And that's it. You've got Austin and Mister. This game, I don't believe mattered for seeding. I think it gave you guys the flip. Let's look. I'll look and see. But I think it flipped you guys, and it just changed who you were playing. Both of you guys solidified a playoff spot. Congrats. I mean, Mister's team's on a tear. There's no saying, no, like he's scoring fucking points. He's the overall top scoring team. He deserves credit as a top league team in this league. He is a scary team to have to play first round. I believe he's playing. We'll get there. But Mister's team is a scary one. Austin's team put up more than his average, but once again puts up a very consistent performance. Again, another loss, but he's scoring good. So if you have a bad day against Austin, you're going to have a bad day. Mister did not have a bad day. He pretty much was in control the whole time. The score was so close because Sunday night or a Monday night, Austin had the Patriots defense, which I'm on the wrong fucking side of that, had 20 burger. And then you think he had, what else did he have? Oh, Malcolm Brown, Hollywood Brown had an average day. But, I mean, for the most part, he put up a very respectable week. Miles Sanders balls out. Looking forward, I don't think we have to spend too much time on this. Like I said, the matchup doesn't matter very well. But I think I just wanted to kind of point out how solid fucking Mister's team is looking right now. Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, all on top of their game right now, and they're all in sniping distance of scoring like 30, 40 burgers. So I am going to do a quick video later on in the week talking about the matchups. I think there's 2 games that are going to matter this week. I also want to throw out a potential like consolation bracket that's not like thrown together shittily, and we don't have like everyone saying let's put in $20, but then like after 3 weeks we all just say fuck the consolation bracket. Or we can just say fuck the consolation bracket. I'm okay with that too. If we're in the consolation bracket, we've got to watch and we've got to do this. We've tried this hard all year long. Might as well try to make something interesting out of it. Of course, we're not going to be able to brag and really care. Like I'm not gonna talk about the consolation bracket in these videos. It's not worth our time, but I think it might be worth doing something. So maybe we can do something cool. So at the next draft, the consolation winner gets something or does something or gets some sort of a benefit. Maybe the loser of the consolation bracket, same thing. Who knows? And then I am also going to talk to both of the guys in the teams, talk to both of the owners of teams with matchups this week. So we've got Mister, Austin, Peeler, and Tyler. We're going to talk to them, give a little pre-matchup interview, see what they have to say about the games, and see if they're willing to talk shit. So stay tuned for that. And thanks, guys. Hey, fantastic regular season. Round of applause for everybody. Thank you, everybody, once again. Best league in the world. I think it is no denying, like when we had a final week like that, where, a 7-7 team makes the playoffs. Don't sleep on Peeler. Don't sleep on the guys on their low seeds. Justin won the whole fucking thing last year with, I think, an under 500 record. I think he was 6-7 or whatever. I forgot. But needless to say, every week is must win for here on out. Best of luck to you guys. Let's go.